Hey guys, it's Steven Zamero. Woo woo. I got a haircut. You like it? Oh my gosh, I like all my life, even when I was younger, I like haircuts. Like when I was younger, my dad used to do my hair and I used to go to like this place called Supercuts, but I don't go there anymore. And then like as I got older, my mom's hairdresser used to do it, and then I started doing it. Like I used to like dye my hair. Like see, one time, one of my best friends from high school, she cut my hair off and it looked like I was bald. So it was kind of cool. I let her, like my summer of my senior year, I let her cut my hair off because I needed a haircut. She could have been my hairdresser, free haircutters. Little, liking my hair. I love haircuts. I think everyone should like. Sometimes I wasn't like a big fan. Like little kids, they don't like have a haircut. I don't know. So anyway, I just hope I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Um, apparently, let me talk to you what I did this weekend. Apparently, on Saturday, I there was no book club. It was canceled. I think people get busy. Maybe they'll postpone it. I don't know. Um, I was a little sad because I feel like I like books, but I prefer movies. I don't want to offend anybody in this video, so this is a no offended video. In a way, like why, but I do want to talk to you something personal soon. And because when I was younger, I always had like teachers would be like, you got to read a book to help me with my vocabulary go higher. So yeah, over the summer I read a book and it was about a zombie book and it was apparently a Netflix show. I was like, I love my book. And somebody, I don't know if it was one of my parents or a sibling or somebody, they're like, you gotta get rid of the book. I'm like, no, it's my book. I love book. Everybody's like, I don't know, I love books. I like to read books. I do. I just have to like I'm more into like I like to go to Barnes and Noble. I haven't gone there in like months because of COVID and stuff, and like it's just crazy. Different things are different now, and it's 2021. Like I don't know, but like for me, if I go to a book club or for like any club, I just have to make sure I have the right stuff. Um, I'm not like I want like I was always inspired to do stuff like new stuff. My teachers always taught me that. Maybe I don't know. I forget. Maybe not. I prefer watching a movie on Netflix than reading a book. So I don't know. Anyway, I love books. I don't want people to think I like mystery books. Like Harry Potter. Like if I read Harry Potter, I'll read it with you. I'll like read the whole thing and like I'll be like I want to still read the book. It's like 2 in the morning, right? Yeah, that's me. I like. It depends on the book. Like I don't want to read like a book that's kind of. It's not my thing. I should create my own book club. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I like books. Okay, I don't want to talk about book clubs right now. So apparently nothing happened. I was looking forward to it. Anyway, blah blah blah, whatever. Not blah blah whatever, but anyway, whatever. On Friday, I got to see a really good friend of mine. His name was Nazir. I don't want to say any new names, but I haven't seen him in like 8 years. He was like my freshman best friend. It was me, my best friend, him, and another friend. The four of us just chilling in his car. We went to actually we had two cars actually. I'm sorry. It was me, my best friend, one car, him into another car, and we went to a diner, and then we went to a riverfront, which is like maybe like 25, 30 minutes. It's like a river. I used to go there when I was little because they had like a stage to play on. It's like by this ice cream place, like the best ice cream place ever. It's called Ums. I like recommend everyone to get it. Um, so anyway, not whatever, but anyway, I heard a story that a whale used to be down at that river years ago, like not now, but years ago. And I saw it on like YouTube. I'm like, oh my gosh, there was a whale there. There's no sharks, not that I know of, but I hear stories, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get scary. I know it's Halloween scene, like boo. Yeah, it's gonna be October soon, so let's get ready for Halloween. I don't want to talk about that, but I don't know, but and then we chilled at my house a little bit. So I like to have fun with I like to see I haven't seen my friend in so long, so that was exciting. Anyway, besides the book club and being canceled and seeing a friend, I do want to talk about something personal. You know, I think this is a video about why it's hard for me to grow up in 2021, or like why I believe people aren't better than me or I'm not better than them, and like in a way like something like that. To be honest, I don't want to say like something weird, but on my last video I talked about like people need to stop bullying me. You know, to be honest, and let me really think about this. Like, let me think. And we did say a prayer, by the way, so thank you for praying with me last time. Um, why it's hard for me to grow up, and why do I think it's like no one's better? Because first of all, let's talk about this like why 2021 is hard for me right now. It's really hard for me. Um, First of all, 2021 it started off, I guess, okay, like good. People were, what I saw with my eyes is people were getting the vaccination, and I was like so relieved that there was a vaccination. I finally got mine in March and April-ish. Um, and like I said, I recommend everyone to get their vaccine. It's your life, not my life. It's your choice, not my choice. I got it to protect myself, and I knew some people who died from COVID, and I had a family member that passed away from COVID. But it's sort of slow, but okay. Earlier this year, I did a TV series, not a TV series. I created a my own YouTube Steven show called Selva's World, and I did like maybe like 7 episodes, maybe 8 episodes. I don't even remember. Well, yeah, I do like 8, 9 episodes. Or 6 episodes, I think. It was like a mini series for me. Um, During that time, um, one reason why I kind of left it, stopped doing the show, and why it's hard for me to grow up is because I've told people this, that I actually have mental illness where I get very depressed at night, where I feel like I get depressed during the day, like when I'm like doing stuff. I get depressed, like I think about something, I'm like, oh no, I'm sad now. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna be depressed all day. During the show, one reason I left during the show is because I was depressed and it was cold out, and I wanted. Now it's getting cold again, but I don't know. I don't want to talk. I don't know if it's been cold, but I get depressed during winter times, and like sometimes I get depressed a lot in winter and summer. I like spring and fall. I get depressed all year long, I guess you would say. Um, Mental illness awareness is definitely something we should definitely always talk about on this YouTube videos, because I feel like a lot of people haven't, maybe they do, but for me, or maybe I could be wrong, but I like to talk about mental illness, and because people don't, for me, I feel like I'm not promoting it, that back then I was hurt, like upset, because I was dealing with stuff. I'm not perfect. I'm far beyond perfect. I wish I was perfect. I always thought about that, like, let Stevens be perfect. And I am religious, and because I'm, depressed sometimes, is that whenever I do something, I feel like, and I don't want to make like this depressing, like, oh, I feel bad for Stevens, but, and I can make this, I'm so sorry if this offends you. And I say that a lot because it's true. But to be honest, the past, like over this weekend, I really thought about like how the year started with like everyone getting vaccinations, and during the Salva's world, a TV miniseries I created on here, which is just my own little creation. I like to create stuff like that. I think people should create stuff. I don't know, but I thought about back then and now that I've been through a lot. Like even last year in 2020, I lost a grandparent and a cat the same week. Like, oh, it's been almost like the anniversary is coming up, and it's like, wow, like and people are still dying, and it's like I don't want to make this scary, but this is how I feel, because I'm like, back then, I was able, like before COVID and before anything happened, I was able to do stuff with you guys. I would talk to you guys about like how I got ready for my day and all that stuff, and I was able to blog and have fun and travel. But it's different now, and like with like Salva's World and everything, because I got depressed and I talk about mental illness, and over the weekend, I kind of felt like, and I don't want to sound wrong, but I think one of the reasons why I go through all this stuff is because of my mental illness, and because I kind of feel like I'm left out sometimes. And I do get depressed and I do get hurt a lot because I think about stuff all the time. Um, I know there's like medication for stuff like that, but because I'm thinking about like my grandfather, it's been like almost a year, it's hard for me. Like right now, that's why it's hard for me to grow up in 2021, because mental illness gets to me and it affects me. So that's one reason why I stopped doing Selma's World, but that's not all, and that's the big reason actually, I think. And because I have a lot of trust issues too, because someone will say something and they won't do it. And I'm not talking about this weekend. I'm talking about like in general. Like if they're like, "Oh, let's go out for lunch. Let's go out for dinner," and I show up and they're not there, that I'm like, and I call them like 10 times, and it's not really good to call them 10 times, but I'm just saying in general that's how I feel like, and they don't pick up an answer, and then they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just woke up," or something like that, and I'm like. Or like, I'm sorry, I just left my house. I'm gonna go pick up a friend. I'll be there in 10 more minutes, and then 10 minutes later they show up and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I had to pick up my girlfriend." Like they make up excuses, and it's like I have trust issues, with my mental illness, because it's hard for me to grow up with all that depression and anxiety, and it's like, and I have horrible insomnia, horrible anxiety, depression. I have anxiety, depression, insomnia, and PTSD, a little OCD, and I was diagnosed with ADHD like 2 years ago. So for me to go through all that, it's like I want people to respect my personality first of all before we even get involved with like bigger stuff, because I've had counseling before and I think I've talked that before, but they didn't really help me, you know, as much as I wanted them to help me. Maybe they did a little bit, but I'm very different, and I realize like a lot of people think they're better than me, and like no one's better than me. Like I'm not better than you, because that was like one of the topics I was trying to talk about today, is that I just want to see, like not see, but I just want to, it's hard for me to change, because if I change, people are going to not like me. And then I'm like, oh shoot, those people don't like me. I need those to like me. I'm someone who likes people, but a lot of people don't like me. And I need people to like me, am I supposed to change for them, or should I not change for them? And I always say this sometimes on Facebook, is that you have to, like, my Facebook bio is always be yourself, or whatever I write, and I don't know how to explain this, but missing my friend this summer and last year, all the people that left me, I need them back. You know, you know, I want them back. You know, and I feel like people don't want me back, and I understand that, but it doesn't mean that people have an excuse to get mad at me because of my mental illness. You know, people will always find a way to run away, and that hurts. Like, just get to know me and believe me. I'm on TikTok having fun, and it's like I have mental illness when I'm on TikTok. Like, people are gonna unfollow me and they're not gonna like me for what I do. Like, why is this such a big deal in 2021 now? Like, we just had a pandemic. And I feel like the pandemic's gonna get worse. Like, I'm not trying to scare anybody, and I don't know how to say this, but we may end up with the Delta variant. We may end up in a zombie apocalypse. I've been getting those feelings all year long and last year too. Like, it's scary to think about it, because we're supposed to be in this together, but I don't think we're in this together. I think we just don't like each other. You know? I'm sorry. It's very emotional to me, because like we're supposed to be together. I've been losing friends because I say something and they don't like it. Like, at least, if you disagree, don't say anything. Don't just keep your opinion. Like, I have a hard time with that, because I think you're supposed to express yourself, because people always say express yourself, but I could be wrong. But it's like, like, people die every day, and we're like, I'm stuck, and I don't want to be stuck. I need prayers. I need to be happier. I need love. And I feel like I'm always left out. And I'm sorry if I've ever hurt anybody. And I'm going to say that all the time. And, we're going to pray. And, and God forgive me. But, it's like, I don't know what's going on. 2021 is not getting me anywhere, actually. I think it's been hard for everyone because of COVID. But before COVID, things weren't the same. Maybe people were going through breakups. I went through breakups. I know what it's like to go through a powerful breakup, and I lost friends before the COVID, but not like every month I'm gonna lose a good friend. Like, that's how COVID was, like 24/7. And this is why it's hard for me to grow up in 2021, because this is an emotional video. Now, I'm not trying to cry because I'm like my eyes a little itchy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fake it because I'm not a two-face. People think I am, but I'm not. Because I actually say, that's why I say I express stuff. But this year didn't really, this year was like, what? Like there was like a huge, I don't even want to talk about it, but there was a huge like thing that happened this summer. I mean, in February. And then something else happened, and then we've lost a lot of celebrities this year. Like Larry King is gone. And I used to watch his show. You know, I don't want to talk about it because it makes people cry, but you know what? Sometimes it's okay to cry. Sometimes it's a healthy, good relationship way to cry. And I cry a lot, actually. I've been crying more than I've ever cried. Like when I was younger, if I fell off my bike or I felt like I tripped in the hallway and I hurt myself and I go to the nurse, you know, I've been crying more than that. I do want to tell you a little story. I think I told you before, maybe long time ago. I have a video of this, maybe I forgot. But I do remember in 6th grade, I was in a bike accident and I should have gone to the ER. And at the time, I was with a friend of mine and we were just riding around my neighborhood. And we went down to there's a bridge by my house. And I came out and then I went over the bridge, went through the place. And I told my friend, we should go say hi to our teachers because it was going to be that time of the year, around this time where you go see your teachers. And then, or maybe not, I don't know. And then he's like, no, I don't want to go. So I'm like, all right, well, let's play in the playground. There's nothing else to do, or maybe not. And he's like, no, let's go back. And I'm like, okay. So he went down first. I said, how about you go down first, please? I should have gone down first. And at the time he got down, I went down and my bike started shaking and I fell and I hurt myself and I should have gone to the ER. And I was also in a car crash like 2017, so like 4 years ago, I was in a car crash. And a lot of, like, because I'm religious, they say that my mom told me one time that you have to, like, sacrifice, like, not sacrifice, like, because we're religious, so you have to fall, like, not fall, but you have to feel God's pain. Like, you have to feel, like, what God went through on the cross, they say. I don't want to get into, like, really religious, spiritual hero stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that I've been through a lot. And what I don't understand is why I had to go through a bike accident, why I had to go through a accident, why I always told myself, I'm never going to get into a bike accident. I'm in a bike accident. I'm never going to get in a car crash. I got into a car crash. You know? And I've been saying all year that I never think we're ever going to be in a pandemic. And we're never going to be in a zombie apocalypse. And we were in a COVID. Like, this is like a scary year for everybody. For me, too. A lot of people are losing their best friends. A lot of people are losing animals. I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook lose their dogs. I'm so sorry. I'm here if you ever want to talk. But it's like, this is like what is going on in 2021 that's making everyone disappear and run away when people are dying? Like, this is a weird, like, I don't know if it's a weird year, but it's just, everything's just getting to me. And this is why it's hard for me to get help and grow up, because we're not doing anything. We're stuck. Maybe we're not stuck. Maybe we're meant to be home and not go out on the streets and get hurt. But I don't want to sound scary or psycho. I don't want to be mean. But sometimes I just have to defend myself. Like, I apologize and I'm sorry. And but they say actions are better than words. That's true. But and words are, I feel like words are more like, I hear more like people are full of hatred. Like, words are like, I was actually called a horrible word, this word. And I've told you guys, I've been called retarded before. I was actually called a faggot. And it's like, you don't go around calling someone a faggot just because you feel like it, because you're bored or whatever. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to make this a big scene, but I'm gonna, I cry a lot and I'm gonna just not think about it, I just need prayers and I need everyone, I love you guys, and I'm sorry if this was an emotional video, but I just wanted to talk about it. I feel like people don't hear me enough and they don't care, but I care, so maybe people should care, so I don't know. Alright, love you, bye.